This is Eli, the Marfan homie, back with another podcast episode. Yeah, we're here. We're here. I'm here to bring awareness to Marfan syndrome within the community, within, again, the community of everyone that has Marfan, especially in the Black community as well, because we might be afraid to speak out with diagnoses that we might not want people to share. So I'm here to tell you to just go ahead and speak out. And as I turn this music in the background down so I can hear myself talk and think, I'm just here to tell you to speak out. Let people know that it's okay. So again, we're gonna give y'all a round of applause. Give us a round of applause. Oh, got the sound effects. Like I told you, I didn't use any last episode, but I'm definitely gonna be using some this. So we're here with the laughter. Because I'm such a funny guy. Such a funny guy. So again, today, what are we here for today? Today's episode is about making and finding friends. However, but before we get to that, I got a couple new things in the studio. Alright, so let's talk about what's happened since. What's happened since? Nothing. I've been working right now, so today it decided to snow, so I guess that's sort of what's new and what's happening since like I said last episode, I'm going to start recording down, probably not necessarily journalizing, but I'm going to start writing a journal of a couple of the things that I got going on. Forgive me if y'all hear the clutter in my mic. I'm trying to find a new position so I could see myself on the camera and talking to the mic. Let's just go with this. So I'm holding the mic. We're going to try to do this one on this episode. Forgive me if y'all see me on this video. I'm just trying to make it work until I get a new mic. So forgive me, please. So like I said, what are we talking about? Well, yeah, what's happened since? So it's snowing. I'm using my girlfriend's ring light to give me some nice lighting so I don't have to do too much on the editing as I fix my glasses. But and as you can see, I'm in another jumpsuit. Try to make that my theme or my thing for this. So the more you come back, either you're gonna see a repeated jumpsuit or a old one. It's up to y'all. Whatever day y'all decide to watch, or whatever the case may be. I like this. As long as you hold the mic steady and you're not rocking with it too much, it doesn't really pick up anything. All right, it picks up the wire a little bit, but again, nice mic, nice price. I ain't gonna say nothing else. How's January going? Well, today is the last day of January, so if you're hearing this, I've recorded this on January 31st at 3:34 p.m. Central Standard Time. However, it's the last day of January, so how did January go? January was alright. January was okay. It didn't start off as the best year, but again, things don't start off well. You tend to make the most of it, and you just continue to rock it out towards the end of the year. So that's always a good thing. February, I'm planning a couple things in my personal life and as far as like my podcast goes. So again, I'm gonna try to get my I think it's time to get my siblings up here. We're gonna work out this whole Bluetooth thing on this podcast, or it gives us this little option. So I'm gonna YouTube that, figure out how to do that, and we're gonna get it rocking. I would want to get them on a FaceTime, but I'm not interested in seeing how much effort I have to put into that just yet. So again, we're gonna rock with it like this. Yeah, so I have goal writing on here. So I guess I think last time I talked about like how I wrote my goals and stuff. If I didn't, or if you didn't listen to the last episode, I'm gonna tell you how I wrote my goals for this episode. So it's sort of hard to look past this ring light thing, so it's a little bright. But so I wrote it down in sort of like personal / like selfish goals, things that I could just, again, make self gratification. Basically, then I have my health and wealth goals. So again, anything that's gonna make me live a longer and prosperous life, I wrote it down that way. And then I have my work goals. I will get up and get it, but I don't feel like it. I'll have it. I'm not even gonna promise to have it next time. I basically have it written out on a white dry erase board, probably like 24 by 24. Just have it written out in 4 sections. So the fourth section is like quotes from different artists and stuff. So I have like Young Dolph Preach. I have J. Cole, True Love Yours. I have this mantra that my sister used to say to us when she like found it out, I am strong, I am worthy. And she had like a little nice, I wouldn't call it a trick, but she had like this routine that she would make us do. And it would like, I guess, change our mindset or like our body to be more resistant. Um, so yeah, that was definitely a thing. I remember that much. What's another one? Love yours. I am, I am dope. What does it say? Oh, I choose today. So I think that was another one that I got from somewhere that said I choose today. But yeah, so I have my goals written out like that. And you know how like people say new year, new me. I put quarter one goals, new year, new goals. So not necessarily a new me, just striving to do better things that I didn't do last year or I didn't get to, or doing it again just so I could do it better and stuff like that. So what's new? What's new? Still in the studio. As you can see, I'm using the ring light. I liked it. Should have been using it, but so my first 4 or 5 videos are not gonna show it as good as this one. Sorry. Oh well. Probably buy another type of lighting in here. It's like a studio lighting thing. Like I said, this is the studio slash the office slash the I think we're calling it like a coffee shop type space. So it's all that everything is very comfortable. Let's just say that it's gonna be a very comfortable, colorful place. So yeah. So I mean, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into it. So like I said, this episode is about finding friends. And let me turn this down so I honestly don't want to hear it as I talk. Finding friends. So where do I start? Finding friends. Well, let me go ahead and say finding friends was not an easy task. I'm trying to get into the mindset of getting more serious about it as I go through this episode, because I don't want to brush through anything or suppress any feelings or anything like that. Let me do that. Suppress any feelings or anything like that. So yeah. So let's see. Well, the first question is, what do I think a friend is? A friend is a person that doesn't turn their back. A friend is a person that looks out for you, and so to speak. So like in my experiences of making friends and stuff like that, once in my experience it's just like once they notice, say like certain things about me, it'll be like, hey, one day, and like, who are you the next day? And I didn't really appreciate that. And I think as far as like growing up in the growing up in like the in that social, basically coming up in school, right? So it's just like, all right, making friends wasn't easy. Like, ooh, why is he so skinny? Ooh, his chest pokes out, and I mean, again, as a child, like I said in a couple episodes, like as a child, you just don't necessarily understand. And I think that was the biggest part, is that I was around children. Again, I was a child, so I was around children, and they did not understand that I look like you. I just don't look like you. And for the part that the second I don't look like you is the part that you want to disassociate yourself. Such big words for such small people. But like disassociate yourself from like people that stand out basically from the crowd. Because again, if you didn't look like them, if you didn't have the flat chest, if you didn't have or built like a normal kid, like if you just weren't built like a normal kid, they would outcast you. And I was just like, man, I would have like my select few. Like I don't even know how I came to make the friends that I did. And like, let's just say like I would think like I have a very good memory. And like I remember in kindergarten all the way up to like 12th grade. But as of now, like I could go through each grade and tell you the friends' names that I had out of like, again, the amount of children that were like in the class. But it's just like, as I got older, you begin to realize not having so much friends is honestly a good thing. So I think that as I'm talking about it, I'm thinking about it, and I'm just like, well, maybe it's a good thing I didn't have so much friends, or maybe it's a good thing the friends or associates that I did have put a smile on my face rather than the ones that I wanted to be friends with, then they would have never put a smile on my face. Again, like it was a mutual smile. Like his name wasn't Jeremy, it was Jeremy, and he was like growing up now and just like seeing different cultures. He was from somewhere else, probably like probably Somalia or someplace like that. And I was like, man, he was such a cool guy. And like, if this was like to ever like go to him and he hears this, tell him to reach out. All my stuff is in the description. He's like, it was first grade, Hamburg Elementary, Miss Ross class. Jeremy, I forgot your last name, but if you're out there and you listen to this, hit me up. But like, again, he was probably he was a very good friend in the first grade. And I think he was my only friend first grade. When we went to second grade, I think either he switched or they didn't put us in class together. But like, again, like people that did not look at you and would say, quote unquote, judged you, even as children, you judge. You know, I hope you're not taught to judge, but you judge. But it was just like, again, back to the point, it was hard to find friends like those even coming up, and as my features got more prominent growing up, it was harder to like, again, find those friends. And it's like, oh, you're such a twig, I'll snap your bones. Like, kids were so mean, and I think that's what like caused me to be guarded on necessarily caused me to be guarded while finding friends. Like, and I think that's another thing on why, like, I told one of my friends the other day, I was like, nah, I test people. I test you to know whether I can call you a friend or not. And if you find out I test you, you either gonna like it or you don't. Or if I tell you that I tested you and you passed, like, okay. But I mean, again, you're not gonna either you're gonna get over it, or we just gonna rock it out, like, or whatever the case may be. But like, I wouldn't necessarily say it's like it's my fault. It's my fault that I keep doing it, but it's not my fault on why I started. And I mean, again, it's not anything like, hey, go out through this trail of fire, just show me your loyalty. No, it's nothing like that. But it's little things and stuff that I noticed them to where, like, if I know I can like necessarily trust you to be around me in my personal space, because I've always been so heavily guarded of it because of the way that I was treated in finding friends, like, or in just finding my inner circle and stuff like that. So it was mighty different. Let's see what else. People turn it, like I said, people do turn their back. I remember, well, not even necessarily that was like a point of making a friend, but it was more so like, I remember this. I remember walking in class the first day of 8th grade. I had shorts on, some big ass shoes that my cousin had gave me, because, again, this is another story for another day, but we didn't really have like the money to buy like new shoes every year for the school year. So I went to New York that summer. He gave me like these size 12s, and I wore a size 8, and you can just imagine, they're like, damn, them big ass boats. And I'm just like, oh man. But I remember I walked in, and it's like, in front of the whole class, it's like she yelled. He's like, why he walks so straight? And I'm just like, what? And I think from that week on, so I made it that whole week. I wore shorts again that one day, like that Monday, and then probably that Thursday or Friday. From that week on, I've never wore a pair of shorts. I've always used to wear jean shorts. I never felt subconscious about it and stuff like that. And I never, after that day, wore jean shorts again. It wasn't honestly until I got to where I am now that I even feel remotely comfortable in wearing shorts. Just because, based off that one comment, imagine that was back in 08, 09, 08. And we in, let's say, like, when I started wearing shorts again, I'd say like 2020. And this was like wearing shorts out in 2020. Yeah, 12 years I let that one comment just take its way in my life. But shout out to her. She owned a good part of my life for a good amount of time. what else? I mean, but like, so let's just say for that experience, as far as finding friends, at that point, everybody threw the jokes at me, and I couldn't trust anybody. So it was hard to find a group of friends in that crowd that looked past that and everything else. And I was just like, man, I'm so ready to leave this school, and thinking I was gonna make more friends. But the thing is, I didn't even go to the high school that I was supposed to go to with them. I went to a different high school, so I had a new opportunity to try and make other friends again, which was a little bit easier because I was able to, again, disassociate myself from the people that I went to school with previously and form like a whole new persona and just like try to hide myself the best way I knew how. Like again, my chest and my hands, my feet and stuff like that. Like try to hide myself the best way I knew how and make new friends. It was successful. I mean, again, that's what I guess that's why, like in movies, you see like kids move from school to schools when they either like get outed or bullied or something tragic happens to them, and they go to a different school and they just turn into a whole completely different person. So I get it. I get that now. I get that's what actually happened for me. Because I wanted to go to the school that all the other kids were going to, because I've been going to school with them since elementary school. But we had moved to a different part of town, and the new high school was down the street. Rather than me waking up at 5 in the morning to take the bus 2 hours away, all that good stuff. So yeah, I found that way of quote unquote reinventing myself and making the most out of it. And let me just say, Frederick Douglass High School on Hamilton E. Holmes in West Atlanta. Y'all didn't make it easy, boy. Even with the new persona, y'all did not make it easy. But I thank y'all though, and I think I say that a lot, especially when I talk to my friends when I talk to my friends from my high school. I came out, I would say, with two good friends. I came out with two good friends. And I had that conversation the other day. I was like, those would probably be the two friends from high school that I would invite to my wedding, whatever day that is, or whenever that comes to be. But Frederick Douglass High School, y'all gave me a new definition of tough and hard skin, because even with the new persona off the rip, people cracking jokes on you and all types of stuff, but it was like I had more of a voice to talk up and talk back for myself than I had at my other schools, and which again, Hamburg Elementary in Stone Mountain, Georgia, and Stone Mountain Middle School in Stone Mountain, Georgia. The new one, not the one on Rockbridge. But those, I guess I didn't have that voice that I got like the first day of high school. And then I noticed, I was like, bro, if you ain't got no voice in this high school, they are going to get you. But again, I found my lane, honestly. And one dude even told me, he's like, bro, if you wasn't like cool with us, we would rip on you every day. And I was like, thank you. What type of, is that a backhanded comment? Like I didn't get it. I didn't get it at all. But I like this. I like holding the mic and just having this conversation. But or having this monologue, right? But I think Frederick Douglass High School, because I did come out with a couple friends. I did I think I even then developed or figured out, tap the camera. I even then or figured out like what it meant to be a friend. Yeah, and I would say that. Yeah, and I mean again, like, and I think like with what I have on this paper, I didn't necessarily allow too many people in high school to turn their back on me, because I wouldn't give that people that opportunity to get that close. And I think it made me, but it played me, because again I'm very closed off, introverted now. That it played me in that way, but it also made me in that way to be not necessarily, to be wary of the individuals I let around me, because whether you know about my Marfan syndrome or not, I don't. What are your intentions? So again, I think that's again. I need to know your intent. I need to know your intentions up front before we call each other friends. If not, you're gonna stay in your lane as an associate. But I yeah, I figured that out. I necessarily figured that out in high school. And again, I brought it to college. I had a hard time making friends in college. I came out with, again, like I said, I came out with a good couple of friends. There's a couple, again, a good amount of non-judgmental, cool people that don't mind being around me. I don't mind being around them, and it's all laughs. Like I said, the laughs and the smiles have to be reciprocated, and we reciprocate that to each other. We reciprocate that energy to one another, and it's so cool, so awesome. Shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are. Oh yeah, let me give y'all a round of applause. There we go. And I'm gonna give y'all another one. Oh, let's see, let it finish first. But shout out to y'all. Y'all know who y'all are, and I appreciate y'all for real. Because again, these are the same people that that didn't turn their back. And one thing I would say, like going into college, is that my brother, before probably that summer, he was just telling me a whole bunch of things. And I think one of the things he said, he was like, dude, the friends that you make in college are going to be your lifetime friends. Like, you're going to have some friends from high school, but the ones from college, they're going to be your lifetime friends. And I was like, all right, okay. But I didn't recognize that until probably junior or senior year. And I was like, dang, I think again, you've been rocking with them for so long, but again, it's the same 4 years you have in high school, but the same 4 years you have in college. But after college, you got to think about two things. Well, in college and after college, you have to think about two things. Well, just revolving around that is that you're with them longer than you are with them in high school per se. Like, again, you seen let's say you seen everyone from their pajamas, either if you're your roommate, or you walking into, whether it's one of your female friends, like one of your actual female friends, you walking into theirs and you see them in their pajamas, and then you get to see them all dolled up. Or again, the same with one of your dudes, you walk in there, you're like, dude, what's up? Oh, nothing, just playing the game. Again, you got to remember, again, you're developing a family, because again, if you're going to school out of state, you're so away that you develop a relationship with these people. And I think that's, again, one of the things where my brother was coming from, is just you're going to develop with these people, because again, y'all develop a family. Y'all are so far from your immediate family that y'all just become close friends. And I was like, man, that's crazy. So again, I didn't notice that up until junior or senior year. And I was like, okay, I can rock with these few. That were, again, fortunate to come in my life. I was fortunate to come in theirs, and again, we're exchanging smiles and happiness, again, enjoying each other's company. But I think that was cool, again, just to find a set of people that looked at you but didn't stare at you. And I think that's what it was. I hate when you start staring, I honestly get uncomfortable. And now I'm at the point I haven't actually, and I think that's the Lord's way of telling me to calm down, because now I've been like, man, if I catch somebody staring, what you looking at? I know you. And I haven't, ever since I've been thinking that way, which is probably a bad thing, I haven't caught anybody staring at me. So it's just but that's the thing. I don't like that. And so again, you they're looking, because again, curiosity has not went away from your 1 to your 5 to your 10 to your 20 to your 21, 18, 17, whenever you enter college to the time you exit. Curiosity did not exit. You just became a little bit more aware that things are not as when you grow up, or not as what they seem. And I appreciate growth for that, and I appreciate my friends for understanding that. So again, one more round of applause to y'all, because I really appreciate y'all. So what's the next one? The feeling of having friends, or the feeling of belonging? And I think that's what it is. I think that was necessarily what it is. It's I didn't get that in grade school. You had your cool kids, you had your rich kids, you had all those type of kids. And I think it's like, I mean, again, they be like, do your own thing. Nah, man, you want friends. You want people to hang out with. You want people to eat lunch with. Like, again, I've eaten lunch a couple times by myself because, again, I was not in any particular group. I was outcast from any particular group. And so it was just like, dang. But nah, I think, like I said, it's important to feel, to have at least one, like, again, one good friend. And I now that I can say that I had several compared to going from high school to college, where I feel like I didn't have any. They're saying going from freshman year to sophomore year, and not necessarily feeling like I had one. But again, like, that all changed. That all changed. And again, the feeling of having friends, or the feeling of belonging is a feeling that I think you cannot do without. It helps you develop. It helps your self-esteem to know that people are willing to hang out with you and that you are a cool person. And again, I think all of that necessarily, from my condition, necessarily, what's the word? Impeded me, halted, something like, not stopped me, basically, onto what I was able to feel, or what I could have felt, and stuff like that. So it's important. And again, if it did sound like I was rambling, I want to say, with your Marfans, no matter how your body came out and stuff like that, whether you're blind as a bat like people do have worse vision. If you have bad vision like I do, if you have a chest that pokes out, if you have a bad hand, if you have bad feet, if you have bad knees, or again you have un cabeza grande, or a big head, or whatever, your time. And I remember one of my other teachers saying this, is like, she came to me, which was, again, a little bit rude now that I think about it. She was like, your time's not now. And I was like, oh, okay. But your time to have that relationship amongst the people that understand you and don't judge you is definitely coming. Mine just took a little bit later in my life, to where I'm at the point where I've recognized, or I am recognized, or what's the name, myself as a introvert, because of how slow my dang, what am I trying to say? Hold on. I've been dang, excuse me, y'all. Had to knock on the door. Because my what's the name came so late, of like me recognizing that I'm an introvert. I think that's where I am now in my lifetime, to where it's just like, I don't care to make friends or anything like that. So I mean, like, it's okay. I'm okay with it. I'm working on it in therapy. My therapist says I should actually try to make a couple friends this year. So we're gonna work on it. But I think, again, as far as like the years before therapy, or whatever the case may be, or it's like being pushed to be like, make a friend, I was okay with it. But I figured, like, now in life, again, you need good people around you to ultimately make you feel better, and to make another person feel better, whether you know them right now or you don't. So that's one thing. I will sign off with that. I said I could go on, but like, nah, I could. I mean, again, making friends wasn't easy. I appreciate the ones that I have. I'm gonna keep saying that. And again, we're gonna keep rocking. And again, if you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to, and I think I want to put that out there, if you feel like you don't have anyone to talk to about this condition, talk to me. Like I said, you can reach me on all my social medias. Everything is in the description. So if you feel like you don't have anybody to talk to, you can talk to me. Because I probably felt the same way as feeling like I didn't have anybody to talk to. I felt the same way that I didn't want to go public with anything that's going on around here or in me. I felt like that. I still feel like it, but I'm doing it anyway. And again, if you want to talk about it or walk through it, I'm definitely here to walk through it with you guys, whether it's Marfans or anything else. I'm here. Let's get it popping. Let's get it going. And I want y'all to know I'm here. So in conclusion, or some video I watched the other day where they give you like 10 different words to say in conclusion, or like a whole sentence to say in conclusion. That's for anybody that's trying to like expand their essay. But I said, the true and genuine ones that select you, keep them. And I think that's what it is. I instead of forcing friendships, I let them come to me. And I think that's what happened in college, right? Instead of like forcing to be like, hey, I'm the new kid. We were all new kids, but like even then, you have to figure out what type of person you are, how you're supposed to spin the block and stuff like that. Is like I figured out mine is let them come to me. Like, hey, you don't talk much, or hey, what's your name, or like stuff like that. Like people notice when you don't talk. People notice when you're an introverted person, and someone either is gonna take advantage of that or not necessarily get the best out of you in a bad way, but try to help you be a better self type thing. Like again, make other people see like, hey, this guy's not half that bad, like stuff like that. So again, if you got like those type of people in your corner that's not necessarily trying to extort you, make you look bad or anything like that, they just want to be cool around you and let other people know that you're a cool person, bomb person. Those are the people you actually want to keep around. And again, I appreciate those people that came around in my life that did that for me, whether they were friends or family. I appreciate those people that came around in my life and did that for me, because again, I think I'm an awesome person. I'm not too shabby. So why shouldn't other people get to, I guess, know me and do what needs to be done, right? So words of advice. Feel free to there we go. Sorry. Words of advice. Feel free to test people. Finding it beneficial to have at least one person to talk to support each other. All right, let's read that over, right? I wrote this. But again, the first sentence, I stand by 100%. Feel free to test people, because again, you want to know what people's intentions are. If they intend to hurt you, you got to find that out up front so they don't give them a chance. However, finding it beneficial to have at least one good person to talk to. So yeah, find that one person. Like I said, I found a couple good people, and like I was saying to someone the other day, I have people that I talk to about different things, and I don't see anything wrong with that, because again, you have one person in your life that you talk to about everything, and that's of course your partner. But of like other people outside of that, you have each particular person that you go to and talk about, because again, each person has their strong points of what it is that you want to do that you're going to talk about with them. It's another conversation for another day. However, find that one person that you have to talk about and just talk to them. And within that relationship that you're forming or you're bonding, definitely support each other, because that's what makes a good friendship. Just go ahead and rock and go. And yeah, I mean, again, that's all a part of finding friends. Figure out, see what they're about. If they're not about what you're about, just again, they're not necessarily your friend. If you find the avenue of them staying in your life, but not necessarily as close as you need them to be, then let it be what it is. Like, people get offended when I do say the word associate, but like, nah, that's not necessarily my friend, that's my associate. I mean, again, I don't think you should feel any type of way. I have no bad blood against you. I have no nothing against you. I just feel at that point, at a certain point, we never made the friendship happen, and we're not going to make it happen. However, we know where we stand in each other's life, and therefore you're my associate. I don't mind hanging around you, stuff like that, but I know at any certain point that you're my associate and this is my friend, so on and so forth. So, I mean, again, I don't think anybody should feel any type of way about that. I know I certainly wouldn't. Because again, that's how I live my life. So if you were to call me your associate, I'm like, all right, that's cool. You want to go grab this beer? Yeah, that's cool. You want to go smoke a cigar? Like anything like that. So I wouldn't feel any type of way about it. Shout outs. Again, shout out to my good friends. Y'all know who y'all are. One more round of applause for you guys. I'm gonna hit this button until this thing stop working. But and then now I got the echo feature. So yeah, I got the echo feature. But got that going too. So yeah, now I don't hear the music anymore, but I gotta edit that later. It's all good, all good. Shout out to the friends, shout out to the family. Shout out to my job, man. They're keeping me busy. So yeah, that's cool. Shout out to Texas. It is snowing. It is ice cold outside. All these cars have snow on top of them. I parked in the garage, so I guess I don't have to worry about that. How to reach me? Like I said, like I always say, I got my personal socials, my Marfan homie socials. Follow all of them. Probably gonna have to do something to encourage y'all to follow and subscribe to the podcast and the different social networking avenues. So stay tuned for that. I feel like that's how people get attention, right? But again, no, just go ahead and follow me if you can. It would be ever so grateful or ever so thankful if you guys, however that saying goes. Like I said, all my stuff will be in the description. Again, if you want to reach out, if you want to talk or anything in the case like that, I'm definitely here. So do not think you have anyone that you cannot talk to. If you're going through anything that you just need somebody to talk to, I'm here. Like again, contact me. I contact back within the first 24 hours on all my social media, so it's all good. Yeah. So I think that's it. I'm gonna hit this echo one more time, and I'm going to say peace.